Just left my house, going to Australia.
Welcome to Modern Grand Tour with me, Garland Lowe. After completing the European leg of my round the world journey, we now arrive in the world's largest country, Russia. Riding the full length of the famous Trans-Siberian Railway, we'll couchsurf with locals along the way to get an insider's view of the fascinating Russian culture. Beginning in the western part of this Eurasian country, my new Russian friends and I explore St. Petersburg, Moscow, Vladimir and Suzdal, Nizhny Novgorod, Perm and Yekaterinburg. Then in the eastern part we discover Tobolsk and Tumen, Novosibirsk, Irkutsk and Olkhon Island, Ulan-Ude, Khabarovsk and finally Vladivostok. In this 9th episode across Russia and the 17th in this Modern Grand Tour series, we'll learn about shamanism, visit the world's deepest lake and of course meet the locals. So let's explore the city of Irkutsk and the beautifully serene Olkhon Island.
So, I'm in Irkutsk now, finally off the train. That was a long time.
After 30 hours on a train, I eagerly went on a self-guided walking tour where the story of the city can be told through its monuments and buildings. The monument to the founders of Irkutsk celebrates the Cossacks, Russia's Siberian explorers, in founding the city as a trading settlement for furs in 1661. The Epiphany Cathedral sees an Orthodox church built in 1718 that combines both Russian and indigenous design to create a new style called Siberian Baroque. The Triumphal Arch begins to be built in 1811 and is said to celebrate whoever would be victorious between Tsar Alexander I and the invading French Emperor Napoleon in the Patriotic War of 1812. The monument to the Decembrist wives celebrates the loyal women who followed their exiled aristocratic husbands, known as the Decembrists, to Irkutsk after their failed political uprising in St. Petersburg in December 1825. The ornate wooden architecture from the mid-1800s was a result of the Decembrist influence upon the culture of Irkutsk, in particular in the arts and education, earning Irkutsk the nickname the Paris of Siberia. The Kazan Chapel, built in 2000, is a reminder of the massive Kazan Cathedral that once stood here before it was blown up by the atheist communists in 1932. And finally, the Lovers' Locks, where most people just use a simple household lock. In 2014, Svetlana and Alexei commissioned 2 hearts on a massive chain, inscribed with the words Iron Marriage, making them possibly Irkutsk's most famous couple. Today, Irkutsk might best be known for being the most popular stop on the Trans-Siberian Railway, due to its proximity to Lake Baikal, which would be my next day's visit.
Finally met up with Anastasia, who we're going to Listvyanka today, is it correct?
Listvyanka. I don't like to live in big city. I prefer nature, mountains, rivers, lakes.
So this side of Russia is better for you?
Yes.
We're at Lake Baikal, finally here. Woo! There you go. How is it?
Fresh.
Fresh? It's fresh water, right? Does that mean you can drink it?
Yes, you can drink it here.
You can drink it?
In my hometown,
Yeah.
we don't, the water, doesn't need any additional purification.
Wow. But what about if people go swimming and sometimes they wee in it and I would like to drink it just to see. Just to see what it tastes. I mean, even like a mouthful probably wouldn't harm me too much, right? Would you join me if we both did? If you did it as well,
Yes, yes.
It would make me feel better. Okay, so we're going to just scoop it up. My hands are freezing already. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That is. That's all right. Let's have a go again. No, I'm okay. Thank you very much. That's actually really nice. I'm surprised. How cool is that? We can make a business.
Because there's a lot of companies who make this business. For example, when you come to the church,
Yeah.
you will see a lot of bottles of Baikal water.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And all they do is they get the bottle and they do that in the lake.
Although the interconnected North American Great Lakes is the world's largest freshwater lake by area, Lake Baikal, which is also the deepest lake in the world, is the world's largest freshwater lake by volume, which means if the entire world's population was to descend upon the lake and drink it all at once, it would still take 50 years for the lake to empty. Other than its size, the Pearl of Siberia, as it's nicknamed, is also home to a Siberian delicacy.
is this all Omul?
Yes, Omul.
Omul. Okay, and this is from Lake
Yes.
Baikal. Do you eat a lot of Omul?
Yes, of course.
Like every day or almost every day?
Some people addicted to drugs and I'm addicted to fish.
What does that have to do with Lake Baikal? Why are they selling it here?
Religion of local indigenous population.
Oh.
Nationality and nation
Yeah.
for us are different things. For example, in France, you give all the papers and you are a citizen, and then you are French. But in Russia, all people who live in Russia, they are Russians, yes, but it's a nationality, just in passport. But they have their own nation.
Russia has 85 federal subjects, similar to the US's 50 states. But unlike the US, 22 of Russia's federal subjects are known as republics, or as Anastasia refers to them, nations. And these are special because they represent the different ethnic minorities living in Russia. Today, however, there is concern that as political power becomes more centralised, multicultural Russia is being worn away.
They have their own language, they have their own culture, and now they are disappearing. But it's one part of Russia, it's another face of Russia.
So these are my new friends. Finn from China, Ali from the US, and Sun from Germany.
The next day, my new friends and I went to visit one of these other faces of Russia at a place called Olkhon Island, where the Buryats indigenous to Lake Baikal call home.
Shaman Rock.
So I think this is the reason I'm enjoying this so much. This is the first time on my trip where I've seen nature. This beautiful lake with the mountains where the sun is reflecting off the side of those mountains. You've got an old rustic town as well. It's a massive difference to, well, let's say Novosibirsk, where it's very modern, very big, and now this is small. I can see the whole of the town. That, what you can see there, is the whole of the town. We're going to this rock over there, which is a Shaman Rock, apparently it's called. I'm not really sure my shoes are made for climbing, but I think my shoes are made for offices. Almost at the top now. So I'm at the top. I can't get any higher of this mountain cliff thing. I'm actually pretty scared of heights, and I'll show you I'm actually balancing on a rock thing. There you go. And I'd fall off down there. So I don't want to do that. I'm leaning the back against this as much as possible. Yeah, the view's pretty awesome. So I'll just show you down this side. Yeah, and then if I go around that side. Right, and to the top, there's like a bit more, but I can't get up there. Just to prove to you, these shoes, look at the soles of these. They slide around when I'm in a supermarket. Spent just last 10 minutes or so witnessing a shamanic little ritual where 3 people, fully dressed, like from head to toe, so I couldn't see their faces, were playing traditional drum, whilst about 8 other people stood around them by a fire, and then tea was given to the people around the outside, where they made a prayer, it looked like, and then threw the drink into the air.
With different forms of shamanism existing around the world, Siberian shamanism is often seen as the classic model, where, for example, a shaman, by being in trance, can heal the sick, control the weather, and act as a medium. A shaman is distinguished by special dress, their drum, and authority over intoxicating substances. A shaman has a physical disorder or sickness that marks them out as extraordinary. Nature is deeply respected as spirits on earth. And finally, these spirits are given offerings of food, drink, ribbons and coins. After a relatively recent 70-year period under the communist government, where shamanism was forced underground, the shamanic way of life returned in the 1990s. And today, the island even caters especially for tourists looking for alternative spiritual beliefs.
Walking back into town now, and yeah, there's no one here. It's just like desert town, wild west town is the best way I can explain it.
Just a beer, please.
Oh, it's juicy, eh? What? Alright. It's alright? Yeah, alright. So this is the Omul, traditional, local to the region. I know it's fish, but it's fishy, isn't it? I'm not a fan of fishy fish. So I've ordered the, I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but it's arse. And it smells. Oh, I mean, it's not far off it. Oh my god, what on earth is that? Oh, you want to get some of that? Oh, whoa. That's like nothing else. Pass the arse. It's a new game we've invented.
Oh my god. You have to try it now.
Okay. Your face didn't say it was okay. What is it? How would you best describe it?
As I would lick a goat.
Lick a goat? It's like hot yogurt.
Yeah.
But with like paint stripper in it as well. It's off, it tastes off.
Yeah, it is very off.
Yeah, it's like a joke, a tourist joke that they play. And we'll call it arse, so let's see what idiot orders it.
With a glass full of Tarasin in me, I then made my debut for the village football team and taught them a thing or two about English football, such as precision passing, touch-tight marking, fox in a box shooting, ideally in the opposition box, bravery in stopping crosses, a well-timed tackle, composure under pressure, and finally intercepting the pass, which works best when it's not your own team. In all seriousness, the Olkhon Island football team is set up by the guy in the orange shirt, Renei Komitov, who for the last 10 years has been fundraising to buy football equipment for the kids. And the most popular item, which are often donated by visiting tourists, are football shirts, from Real Madrid to my old hometown of Fulham. So cracking job, Renei, you are the much deserved man of the match. Before we rested for the night, my new friends and I went to say hello to our couchsurfing host, incidentally the only one on the island, and whose story sounds like something from a novel.
Hey Sergey, I'm Garland, nice to meet you.
Ah, you wrote me.
I did write to you, yes. Thank you for inviting me here. It's been amazing today, exploring the island.
Sergey Yeremeev was educated in Moscow and Paris, earning himself a well-paid job as a headhunter at a global company. But tired of the drinking and gambling lifestyle, Sergey went backpacking to Mount Athos in Greece, where he stayed in a monastery for several weeks and prayed 8 hours a day, every day. Upon returning to metropolitan life, Sergey remembers, I hated all of Moscow's hustling and fighting for a place in the sun. And it was at this point that he was recommended to visit Olkhon Island. In 2005, he convinced his wife to make the move to Siberia, where Sergey found his calling as the caretaker of the only Orthodox church on the island. Today, Sergey lives happily with his family in a house he helped build, surrounded by the island's stunning natural environment. Indeed, Sergey's once sceptical wife, Nastya, explains, "Do you know how I derive real pleasure? From walking barefoot through the grass, and from breathing the sea air every day. And wanting to share his little bit of paradise, Sergey keeps a tent at the bottom of his garden where he welcomes a constant stream of travellers who might be on their own self-discovering journey."
Morning.
The next day, Ben and I hopped into this old Soviet van to experience what you might call an authentically bumpy excursion outside of the main town.
The word only me. The word only me is this feeling.
I think this is a very good way to describe it. The mountains over there, there's nothing there, right? So it's very plain, no houses, no trees,
Yeah.
and so the feeling that you have is the world and you.
Yeah.
Not only you. There's no civilization,
No living.
no life,
No life.
just the sea, just the rock,
Yeah.
and that's it. So, second spot on my tour, and I'm at the beach now. Let's see what Ben has to think about it. Ben, what are your views?
Same like that.
Same like that, yeah. It is, it's just same like that really. Apart from there's sand. I've all sand in my boots now. Stop number 3. So I've just had a little wander. But Ben is bloody scooted off. He's all the way down there, look. So just seen, you can get to the tip. I am now going to go and make my way to Cape Khoboy. So the end is further than I thought. I think I can see the end, but the last time I thought that, it carried on. I passed all those viewing platforms, one even had a bench. But that's alright, I'm not regretting it, because I get to say I got to the end. So why do people climb mountains for? Because it's there. No other reason. Just to say I've done it. Humans, about humans. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Just shouting humans out. Humans! I think I need to sit down and eat. Just been joined by Ben. How you doing, Ben? Good?
Good.
Good? The view is good, huh? Good. Right, I've just finished my apple. I was concerned about throwing it in this beautiful lake here, but Ben here said no, it's fine because it's natural.
Yeah, it's from natural and back to natural.
There you go. So this is Ben. He's like a scientist,
Engineer,
He's like a scientist engineer back in Beijing. He works with water resource, right? I'm allowed to throw my apple into the lake. Is it okay?
Okay.
Got one hand holding the shaman. I don't know what this is, and my other hand holding the apple, which is nature, and I'm giving nature back to nature whilst making my wish and thinking about the future. Ah! Okay. You have something to throw into the lake? You can make a wish?
I want no to throw.
Nothing to throw? Can you throw your secret Oreo cookies?
No, I think it's not from natural. I threw a coin.
You can't take that's someone's coin. Where's your own coin? Throw your own coin. No, hold the pole. One hand has to hold the pole.
I wish
Don't tell me the wish. Ah! Apparently some sacred rock where if you stand on one side and your partner stands on the other side, it brings good luck to having children. Hey Ben! Hello! So we're now at our final stop. I'm enjoying the grass on my feet. We've got this old wooden house behind us. Nice green tree areas. Yeah, I like this bit. What the fuck is that? It's like a dead animal. Is that a dead animal? I'm scared to touch it. It's like a dead dog or something. Where are the bones? I'm scared. What's going on? What do you think that is?
Where?
There.
Yeah?
No, there.
Oh. Wow.
Well, go and touch it.
It's stiff. Stiff. I think it's head, but I can't see his face. Maybe this is eye.
That was the eye, the hole.
Maybe.
Oh yeah. Where do you think the bones have gone, Ben?
Insects eat.
Yeah, but they wouldn't eat the bone. They'd only eat the meat. We just had a random stop because there's just loads of wild horses in the field.
And so, after 2 days on Olkhon Island and 2 days in Irkutsk, I could conclude that whilst my time on the mainland was about learning fascinating history and culture, my time on the island was about rediscovering everyday simplicities, such as the peacefulness of wide open spaces, the gratitude of receiving food and warmth when it's most needed, and the love and kindness shown by my fellow travellers and a couple of local heroes. Join me in the next episode of Modern Grand Tour, where we'll be in Ulan-Ude and where we'll learn about Russia's Buddhist culture, experience the famous Russian theatre for the first time, see the world's biggest statue of Lenin's head, and of course, meet the locals. So until next time, Godspeed.